Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Imari, also known as Soul Style Beauty, and today I have on the same sweater as in my previous video. I know I'm just trying to get the videos out, so yeah. So today I want to talk about boundaries within your relationship. So I wanted to talk about this topic, one, because a lot of people ask me to, because it's something that is hard for everybody, but I really want to talk about boundaries. Because I feel like it's so important, especially when you're in a relationship trying to uphold standards to please God at the end of the day. So that is what me and Jose are doing. And everybody knows, or I hope you know, like I live by myself. I don't live with anyone. Well, yes, like Jose and I can be here chilling in the crib, Netflix and stuff, but we don't choose to do that. We made it a duty just because, like, before we had met each other, we were both, like, you know, in like sexual relationships at the end of the day, and it's like, do we really want to go down that road of destruction? Do we really want to do that? So we knew that was like a boundary that we had to put into place, just because that's what we know our weakness in that area, and it's just like we don't have any accountability in the house or here, clearly, because no one lives with me. And that's something that I feel like, number one, you and your partner have to agree on when it comes to boundaries. It's like, do you know if this person is trying to like flee from unrighteousness? Because that's what the word says. Like, are we really both trying to uphold these standards? If so, then therefore we can put certain boundaries in place. But like I said, it needs to be in a agreement or something, a value that both of you uphold, just so when you do mention that, it's not like, yo, are you serious, babe? Like, no, we can't do this. Nobody, and you know where somebody's heart posture is, and you're like, you know what, boy, bye, don't want you anyway. So yeah, like you first have to be in agreement. Secondly, like, you have to acknowledge your weaknesses. At the end of the day, like, me and Jose knew our weaknesses, like with certain things, and we know that we cannot plan dates here or plan to, you know, be in the house alone. I don't have him over. We don't plan to go over each other's house. And like, people be like, a lot of people, like, when they hear that, they're like, oh my gosh, like, are you guys serious? But it's like, that's what we have to do. So yes, for the most part, if it's like winter or fall, cold outside, like, we have to end up spending money, like on our dates, only because that is, like I said, our standard. I also want to say it is a supernatural thing. I know that it says in the word that it is God that helps you to, you know, act according to his will. So it's something that I feel like, if it is the will of God, like, he'll grace you for it. And not to say that it negates temptation at the end of the day, because we're human, it's still that temptation. My man is fine. So yes, at the end of the day, it's like, oh my gosh, yes. But it's like, it's not like we're on a tightrope, like, how close can we play with, you know, the fire. It's also a gift from God that we're able to like uphold the same values, just because you can tell that God is in it. Like, when you guys are both, you know, willing to put up those standards, and not only put up those standards, but you're graced through it. So yeah, like, I just pray that, number one, like, if you feel like, you know, you're in a situation right now where you want to obey God and you're in a relationship with someone, like, make sure they uphold the same values. Please do not be unequally yoked and be with someone who is not willing to uphold the same values, because it's like, what are we really doing here if you're not trying to do that? Secondly, like I said, like, just be in agreement with like what your weakness is, and you can discuss that with whoever you're with. Like, what are some things that you feel like would really tempt you, like, at the end of the day, because I don't want to do that with you. I don't want to come close to the fire, as I said before, just so it brings you down and both of us down a path of destruction. And then, like I said, we're not obeying God or pleasing God with our actions. So like I said, discuss it with your partner just to see like what your weaknesses are, what his weaknesses are. And lastly, like I said, it is supernatural. Like if you're not aligned with the spirit, once again, like temptation is not, it doesn't negate temptation, but like I said, you'll have more of a biblical perspective, especially if you're like in your word constantly, because the devil will try it. But like I said, it is something that I feel like God has graced us with, to put those boundaries and to keep those boundaries and everything like that. So I hope that this video helped you guys. I pray that it does help somebody out there, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.